People, my people. Amazing how life turns out, isn't it? Thank you for the subscribers recently. Thanks. Glad that you're loving my work because I love your work. Now, today we're going back to Puss Mew, that brand spanking new distillery up in Nunawading, of all places. Who would have thought that state of Nunawading would have produced a distillery of this quality and adventurousness? Sorry, I'm just putting the last review quietly away. Okay, so today I'm going to a spiced Turkish delight gin. Okay, let's hear the sound of happiness, people. Yep. Okay. The nose. The nose is cinnamon. There's a lot of cinnamon coming out of this bottle, which is great. I love cinnamon. One of my earliest memories is pestering my mother in Woolworths in Mackay. The old Woolworths, not the new one, not the one in Canelands. The old one, I think, is in Wood Street. So River Street, the one that went on to the Vaughan Smith Bridge. Pestering her for cinnamon donuts. And cinnamon donuts have, to this day, some 50 odd years later, remain my favourite food. My weight gain of choice, you might say. So I smell the bottle and I'm smelling a lot of cinnamon. Like I say, I love cinnamon. Now, empty glass. It's 41%, so it's a real gin. It's not a gin liqueur. That's a good measure, you may see. The glasses do not lie. Now, I happen to love the adventurousness and creativity in the Australian gin scene. It's perhaps one reason why, apart from being incredibly parochial, I've actually yet to go over into the overseas gins all that much. They're coming. I've a trip to Europe in 3 years' time, and I will definitely be reviewing the gins over there. So stay tuned, folks, and stay subscribed. Now, the professors, because without them I'm increasingly blind. The back of this says, Turkish delight is a famous Middle Eastern dessert that has provided the inspiration for this unique gin. The gin itself has got juniper, coriander, cloves, rose petals, orange, vanilla, cinnamon, and hibiscus. Definitely the cinnamon I smell out of the bottle. Now, what do I smell out of the glass? Still big on the cinnamon. Very big on the cinnamon. Another big shout out to Debbie, who was just amazing. If you want a great night out, go to the distillery itself at Varman Court, Nunawading, which is just off Whitehorse Road, near the corner of Whitehorse and Springvale. It's also in the same street as Hard Rock Climbing. So what's not to like? Two of my favourite things in one place: climbing and drinking. Oh, I know. Okay. Gin itself. It's at room temperature. It's been a reasonably warm day in Melbourne. Got the rose petals. They're there. They're hiding off to one side at the back. It's like, the kitty doesn't really want to be photographed. He's off to one side and try not to make itself so obvious. It is extremely drinkable. And if I haven't said it before in this video, I'll say it again. One of the wonderful things I like about reviewing Australian gins is the fact that there are an awful lot of risk takers here. There's been a Green Ant gin reviewed recently. There's been a gingerbread gin reviewed recently. And there are going to be, as I explore further and further afield, I know that some of the gins being made around Cairns and Darwin are actually putting local tropical fruits in there. I know for a fact that my journey is only going to get more and more interesting and more adventurous. And should I make it to Malaysia, once I get overseas, I know the Malaysians themselves are actually putting in jackfruit into their gins. So it's a fascinating time to be drinking gin. And gins like this are a case in point. Lots of very adventurous people producing a first-rate product. And as I say, the venue itself, the distillery itself is great. We had a fantastic time there, and a complete blast. Big thank you yet again to Deb for her wisdom and passion and sincerity, and knowledge of not only Jen, but damn it, what she's doing, Jim. It's such a delight being near knowledgeable, passionate people. Okay, there was a joke that appeared in my head, and I cast it out. I was about to say, well, now I know how my wife feels. But I wouldn't say a joke like that, would I? No. Hibiscus, I wouldn't know if it bit me. Clothes. Oh, I'm getting the orange. I love a good orange hit. Oh yeah. Give me the orange. Big orange hit, baby. Okay, so this is neat. Oh. And there's the 41%, folks. It's a sort of gin that you just sit on. Go and find yourself a good book, War and Peace, The Art of War. I'm a big fan of David Brin's works. Go and find yourself a good, solid, meaty work. Sit down with a big bottle of this. This is a half bottle. And just sip. Excuse me. It is amazingly good quality. It's just that sort of book. I'd sit down, I'd read it, read it as I'm reading a really good book. That's about the best imagery I can bring. So, all right, it's not like Basin Flinders, which are all Mornington Peninsula and sunny days and sea breezes and sparkling waters and all that. It's not that sort of gin. It's a Brogan's Way, which goes, okay, I've had a really tough day. Let's go glug 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 and check out the reviews of those two. Or the house pour. It's a case of, okay, either I drink this or I start bringing out the sharp knife and stabbing people. See the house pour. Yep, just over my corner, right beside the Bombay and next to the Navy gin. Okay, reviews of all of them, trust me, are either in the system or coming in. So grab a good book, comfy chair, sit back, fill up a glass, and sip the sucker. Oh, sorry, not sucker. This magnificent gin. So this is my review of Puss Mew spiced Turkish Delight gin. If the Lukum that I eat at Marcus is half as good as this stuff, I'm going to be extremely happy camper. And trust me, the Lukum I eat at Farmers Markets is extremely good. So it's about $80, $90 a bottle. These people are not producing gigaliters of gin. They're producing possibly, 200 or 300 litres at the most. Correct me in the comments. Having said that, like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for the recent comment that pointed out that Four Pillars does indeed use wheat-based alcohol, not grain-based alcohol, because Four Pillars is in Healesville, and Healesville is surrounded by the Yarra Valley, which is, ta-da, a major grape growing region. Lots of fine stuff that won't be reviewed in this channel are coming out of the Yarra Valley because they're grapes. The gin in the Yarra Valley, and there's a couple of distilleries that I intend to get up there and track down so I can review them. They will be. The grapes? No grapes in this channel unless it's the base spirit. So thank you to whoever it was, and I forget your name. You know who you are, for actually pointing out that Four Pillars is indeed wheat-based and not grape-based, whereas Basin Flinders most certainly are grape-based alcohol. So like and subscribe and share. And to finish off, I recently offended a whole lot of people. I am yet again deeply sorry. And I haven't mentioned that horrible word that offended so many people in this review. I'm Odin. That's the subscription button. And I will catch you soon with just more fascinating reviews. It's as simple as that. It's what I do. I bring the very best gin to you in the very best reviews. I'll catch you around. Remember, subscribe button. It's about there.